Everybody, and welcome to a Guitar Union video. This is going to be a video about the key of D flat. D flat is an enharmonic key in music, meaning that it is the same as C sharp. I choose to use D flat more frequently. It really depends. On guitar, C sharp seems to be more of a favorite just because, for instance, if you were to capo the first fret and play the notes underneath it, then it looks like a C, so we call it C or C sharp. But the key of C sharp actually has an E sharp and a B sharp, which makes it, just talking about E sharps and B sharps when they're really Fs and Cs, makes it easier to talk about the key of D flat. I guess the key of C sharp, being that everything is sharp, makes it easy to remember, whereas the key of D, you have to know that D, E are flat, F is natural, G, A, B are flat, C is natural, and then D is flat. Anyway, the point of this video is just to spend a little time looking at unique things about certain keys, and I'm doing one on each key. I've already done 4 other ones, and you can find those in the one key per video playlist. So D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C, D flat. If you compare this to D major is D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. So they're, when you look at them, they're very similar in how they appear. So let's get right into looking at D flat. If I want to look at my the lowest D flat on the guitar, it would be this A string D flat, or this E string D flat on the 9th fret or the 4th fret. So let's build out the octave here. That's the C shape. This is the this would be the A shape, and then this would be the part of the G shape, and then the E shape, and then the D shape. Normally octaves look like this, but this is the B string, so it comes down. So these are all the D flats on the guitar. It only has one D flat in the first 3 frets, so there's only one here. So when we look at the octave pattern like this, it looks pretty neat. And so D flat has the E flat, the F, and the B flat as its 2, 3, and 6. And I talk about those in a lot of these videos because when you do the 2, 3, and 6, then they have, on the way the guitar is tuned, everything on the same fret. So if this is the 2, we're going to have notes within the scale on every note, every string on the 11th fret. And so when we do the 2, it's kind of easy to remember if you know the open strings, because once we start with E flat, then everything E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and E flat. So something to remember there. If all of the notes are on the 11th fret, it's simply the open strings, everything's flat. E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, E flat. If you were to, this would also be the tuning of the E flat tuning, which a lot of people use. Basically, you tune everything, every string down a half step, and then you have this tuning right here. So if we were to be on F, which is all the way over here, then our tuning would be, or our notes would be E flat, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, and then we would go to C because that's the major third, and back to F. And then finally on the B flat, which is the 6th fret, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and then F because it's a major third, and then B flat. So these are, in these sections here, these are the roots of the 3 different minor chords. So that would mean that the root of the 3 different major chords would fall 3 steps, 3 half steps above that. So the 3 major chords in G are, in D flat are D flat, the 1, G flat, the 4, and A flat, the 5. Let's take a look at the circle of fifths. D flat, G flat, and A flat are the 1, 4, and 5. And then E flat, B flat, and F are its minors. This has enharmonics written. Here's the key signature for D flat. It's got the 5 flats. And so you can also see here would be D flat, G flat, A flat, and then its 3 minors are also right here, and it's 7. Key of D flat. So continuing on, so from here, we would build, you know, we have our root 5th right there in each case. Run out of room over here, but each of these would build the major chord just like a G shape. Here, here, right? And then this note would be here. This note would be here. So each of the D flat, F, A flat, D flat. These look like a G chord. G flat, B flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, D flat, G flat. And then each of these would also look like the pentatonic scale. Well, because there are 3 pentatonic scales within each major key. So when we do that, add just a couple of notes to the G, the shape of the G that is. It's an A flat chord, then we get the pentatonic scale. And then D flat, F, A flat, B flat, E flat, and here we have our E flat and our A flat. Boom, we have our 3 pentatonic scales. So basically laying these out, turning them into major chords, adding a couple of notes for the pentatonic, and then adding a couple of notes, the G flat, which would go here, and then the D flat, so the G flat and the D flat. Oops, I'm sorry, that's not where that goes there. Except I copied it. G flat and D flat, G flat, D flat, and then G flat. Then we have the full major scale. So then on this one, we would have the B flat. We'd want to add the C, D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat. In this case, our C would have to go here or here, B flat, C, and we're going to add both of them depending on, you know, which type you're playing. E flat, and then F, and G flat, A flat, B flat, C. And in this last scale right here, we have our E flat, our F, G flat, A flat, B flat. C would also be down here. D flat, E flat, F, G flat, or F up there, G flat, A flat, B flat, and then C. D flat, E flat, F, and G flat. And just like that, we have the whole scale. Adding the last part of it after the pentatonic is the the trickiest. And but in any case, following these sections is critical, I think, to just kind of quickly finding your way. So if you know the key, you know the 1, 4, 5, and you know the 2, 3, 6. 2, 3, 6 has these full sections of notes all on the same fret. And then also, within, because these are G major chords, if we were to get rid of these here, we just have the 3-string A chord, the 3-string, A flat chord, the 3-string D flat chord, and this 3-string G flat chord right there. And similarly, if we cut off everything besides these 3 strings, these are the 3 minor chords: the F minor, the B flat minor, and the E flat minor. So I've broken this down in a lot of other in some of the other videos as to what you can do on the bass end, what you can do on the high end. So basically, your job is to spend time in the key, look for examples of chord progressions that you do frequently in other keys, and then do them in D flat, and then define them to yourself. Tell yourself what they are essentially. D flat doesn't only have to be a key that you can capo, although it's clear that if I were to capo this right here, the first fret, and then play D flat, F, A flat, D flat, basically playing the C, the chords in the key of C underneath the capo would make for a good D flat key. But it doesn't have to just be a capo key. Playing D flat as is has its advantages too. Okay, well, that wraps it up for the key of D flat. Like I said, when you watch these videos, the video itself is not going to just teach you and make sure you know the key. Like I said, spend some time with it, do some of the things you know in other keys, convert them or transpose them, if you will, to D flat so that you can become more familiar with this key as it presents itself in situations. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the video. Leave me a comment, leave me a like, and we will see you next time. Thank you.